Hazrat Abdullah bin Abbas radiyallahu anhu says, in Allah's apostle times, the sun got eclipsed. So Allah's apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam performed the prayer, whereas the people were along with him. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood and prolonged the standing position as long as it takes to recite chapter the cow. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam then bowed down for a long time. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam then stood straight and stood for a long time, but shorter than the former standing. Thereafter he sallallahu alaihi wasallam stayed in bowing for a long time, but it was shorter than the previous one. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam again prostrated himself and stood aright and stayed for a long time, but it was shorter than the one prior to it. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam thereafter performed bowing, but it was not as lengthy as the former one. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam then got up and stood for a long time, but shorter than the prior one, and then performed the bowing, which was briefer than the former bowing. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam afterwards raised his head and then prostrated himself and finished the prayer. Until then the sun had become bright. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam whereupon said, the sun and the moon are two of the signs of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, and they do not get eclipsed on account of the death or birth of anyone. Whenever you sight any eclipse, remember Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. The people submitted, O Allah's Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we witnessed you reaching out of something standing at your place, and then we witnessed that you withdrew your hand. He thereupon said, I saw paradise, or I was shown paradise. So I stretched out my hand to take a bunch of grapes. If I had taken it, you would have eaten it as long as the world will endure. I then sighted hell, and I had never seen such a horrible sight as I saw today. And I witnessed women there in majority. The people submitted, O Allah's Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, why is it so? He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, for their infidelity. It was submitted, do they deny Allah Jalla Jalaluhu? He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, they are ingratitude towards their husbands and deny the favor done to them. If you do good to any one of them throughout your life, and later she receives a bit inconvenience from you, she will say, I have never seen any favor on your part. Sahih Bukhari, Hadith number 5197.